Hello student, I Dr. NG Telkapaliwar, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, Dr. Ambedkar College, Diksha, Nagpur. Welcome you in practical demonstration. Today we are going to discuss about the one of the experiment of physical chemistry which is mentioned in RTMNU Nagpur University syllabus, that is to determine the relative viscosity of given liquid by using Oswald viscometer. Means how to determine the viscosity of any unknown liquid by using this Oswald viscometer method. During this practical demonstration, I am going to discuss about the aim of the experiment, apparatus and chemicals required for this experiment, theory of the experiment, then procedure, how to perform the practical by using this experimental setup and procedure, observations, observation table, then how to perform the calculations when the result is obtained, then final result of the experiment. Theory of the experiment. Now, the aim of experiment is to determine the relative viscosity of given liquid using Oswald viscometer. In theory classes, I have already discussed about the properties of liquid. There are different properties of liquid like surface tension, viscosity, and refractive index. Viscosity is also one of the property of liquid, and liquid may be considered to be consisting of molecular layers arranged one over the other. Means the in this figure here there are different molecular layers which is arranged one over the other, and this viscosity is nothing but the it is defined as the viscosity of liquid is a measure of its frictional resistance. Because suppose you consider here there are different layers is present here, and liquid is flow in the form of layers as discussed in the liquid state. These are the suppose any one layer, suppose this is the layer which is adjacent to this particular cylindrical pipe. This is the velocity is zero, but as the molecular layer is moving above, then the velocity of this liquid layer is also increases, and at the center the this liquid layer is shows the higher velocity. Now suppose consider this diagram in this which two adjacent moving layers of a liquid, means this is moving with velocity v and second is moving with v plus dv. There is a small increase in velocity, and these two molecular liquid layers is separated by a distance dx, and this a is the area of cross section. Means the force of friction resisting the relative motion of the two layers is directly proportional to area of cross section, velocity difference, that is dv, and while it is inversely proportional to the distance dx between the layer. So this is the procedure, that is the theory of the experiment. Here in mathematically, this force, that is the frictional force, is directly proportional to area cross section and velocity difference, and inversely proportional to the distance of separation between the two molecular layer. This dv by dx is also called as a velocity gradient, because it gives the it resists the means it creates the velocity gradient through which the some frictional force is generated, and which affect the which affect the viscosity of individual liquids. Here, suppose you remove this proportionality constant, then this symbol, the constant is substituted here, that is eta, and this eta is a Greek letter which is called as a coefficient of viscosity, or simply it is called as a viscosity of liquid. And suppose we rearrange this equation for the coefficient of viscosity eta, it becomes eta is equal to force divided by area multiplied by dx by dv. And suppose we substitute the area of cross section is 1, the velocity difference is 1, and the molecular layer difference is 1, then this whole formula becomes eta is equal to force, that is the coefficient of viscosity is equal to frictional force, and therefore this coefficient of viscosity is defined as the force of resistance per unit area, which will maintain unit difference between two layers of a liquid at a unit distance from each other. So this is the mathematical definition, and this is the theoretical definition. Now the units of viscosity, which is important when we write any unit of viscosity. CGS unit of this coefficient of viscosity is gram per centimeter per second. It is called as a poise also. This is also a unit of CGS, and many times the result can be written in centipoise or millipoise depending on the result. The SI unit is kg per meter per second, and the conversion is 1 poise is equal to 1/10 of the SI unit. This is the units of viscosity. Then the apparatus which is used for the determination of viscosity of given liquid by using the Oswald viscometer. This is the name of apparatus, Oswald viscometer. This is the diagram of viscometer, and I will show you the viscometer. Here also this is the viscometer. There is a one lower bulb and upper bulb, means lower and upper. There is a one rubber tube inserted here, and there is a small capillary also inserted here, so that the water can flow freely from upper side to lower side. So this is about the Oswald viscometer. Means, as I discussed earlier, there are various intermolecular forces is present in liquid, and these forces are responsible for viscosity. And viscosity of a liquid can be determined on the basis of the flow time. Means, by measuring the time how the fixed volume of liquid flow, and its time taken for the flow of liquid. In fact, viscosity is directly proportional to the flow time. Means, suppose more is the viscosity of liquid, more is the flow time. And this particular principle is used in Oswald viscometer, which is means this Oswald viscometer consists of the two bulbs joined by a U tube in this way. This is two bulbs joined by the U tube containing a small capillary which is already inserted in between these two bulbs. So this is the capillary, small capillary tube, and this apparatus is known as a Oswald viscometer. Then the apparatus required for performing this particular experiment, we require the two beakers. For one is for water and another is for the given liquid, unknown liquid. In this particular experiment, we are going to use the ethanol as an unknown liquid. Then this is the Oswald viscometer is required. Then 10 ml pipette is required in order to insert the in water or given liquid. So 10 ml or 15, 20 ml, 25 ml pipette can be used. Stopwatch is required. This is the stopwatch. I will show you again here. This is the stopwatch. There are two. There is one screw in order to charge this particular stopwatch, and there are two knob is given here. This adjusts the start and stop of the watch, and this adjusts the zero. So in this way, we can note down the time flow for the flow of the particular liquid. And this is the density bottle. Here it is given density bottle in order to measure the density of water and density of any given liquid. So there is a small here knob is given. There is a fixed volume is mentioned here. In this case it is 25 ml. So by using the formula, that is the mass per unit volume, we can easily determine the density of water and also given liquid. So this is the density bottle. So we will discuss in the procedure how to determine the density of water and given liquid. This is the formula which is used for the determination of surface tension. So we are not going to discuss how to derive this formula, because we are performing practical. In theory, we already discussed the detail how to derive this formula. The relative viscosity coefficient is calculated by using this expression, that is eta 2 divided by eta 1, which is equal to T2 by T1 D2 by D1. So in this case, this eta 1 and eta 2 is nothing but the viscosity coefficient of water and liquid. This T1, T2 is the flow time of water in given liquid, and D1, D2 represent the density of liquid 1 and liquid 2. So by knowing the all other parameters like T1, T2, D1, D2, and this eta 1, that is the coefficient of viscosity of water, we can easily find out the viscosity of unknown liquid or given experiment liquid. So this is the formula and the different parameters, different terms which is involved in this formula. Then we discuss about the procedure, that is how to perform the experiment in order to determine the viscosity of any unknown liquid. So we are going to perform this experiment in two parts. Part 1 is the determination of density of water and given liquid, that is ethanol, and second part is determination of the viscosity. So first is important step is clean the density bottle first with the chromic acid solution, and then with distilled water, and then rinse with the water and ether, and then dry it. So first this is the density bottle. To first dry it, clean with chromic acid solution, then rinse with the water and ether and dry it, and take the then second step, take the weight of this empty density bottle, that is note down as a W1. So this is W1 means just go in the instrument, weighing instrument, adjust the zero and put it and take the weight of this empty density bottle as a W1. Then second, fill the density bottle with distilled water completely, insert the stopper, clean the this density bottle outside, and dry it and weigh again as a W2. Means open this knob, then add the distilled water by using the pipette here, fill this completely, and then insert this knob here, and dry it with paper here and take the weight, that is the W2. W2 is nothing but the weight of density bottle with distilled water. This is the W2. Then after taking the reading, that is the as a W2, then take out this distilled water, means throw it in basin and rinse this density bottle 2-3 times with given experimental liquid. Now in this particular experiment we are using ethanol as a experimental liquid. So rinse with ethanol 2-3 times, again throw it, then dry it completely with paper and also with acetone, because acetone is an organic liquid which easily evaporate, and so that the whole bottle becomes the dry inside and outside also. Then after cleaning and rinsing with the experimental liquid, then fill the given experimental liquid, that is ethanol, into density bottle, completely fill it, then insert this cap, again dry it with paper and note down the weight as a W3, means W1 is the weight of empty density bottle, W2 is the weight of density bottle with water, then third is the W3, means weight of density bottle with given liquid, that is the ethanol. So you already taken three reading, that is W1, W2, W3, and by using this weight we can easily calculate the density of the water and ethanol also by using the known formula, that is the mass per unit volume. Again note down the volume of density bottle. So it is written as 25 ml. You can note down it from the given title. Then second part is the determination of viscosity. Now here the Oswald viscometer is used to determine the viscosity. So first, similarly, whenever you perform any experiment, first clean the apparatus with chromic acid and then rinse it with the distilled water and dry. So this is the first step. So this viscometer should be clean in order to perform the further experiment. So this is the first point. Second is attach the viscometer to the burette stand in exactly vertical position. So this is the bulb. So you can adjust by using the clamp to the burette stand in vertical position. So this is the second step. In third step, fill the distilled water in lower bulb of the viscometer till the bulb fill completely. Means by using the pipette. This is the upper bulb, this is the lower bulb. By using pipette out the distilled water, and from this side you insert the water, fill this bulb, lower bulb, so that it will completely fill up to this mark. So this is about the addition of water in this particular lower bulb of the Oswald viscometer. To fill this bottle, after filling in second step, suck the distilled water from other end through rubber tube above mark A. So this is the other end, because you are inserted the distilled water here. This bulb is completely filled now, and then suck by using this rubber tube up to here. To suck the distilled water from other end through a rubber tube above mark E. So there is a two marks A and B in this upper bulb. That is, this is the mark A and this is the mark B. So A and B, so that the volume should be fixed. Then allow the water to flow freely. Start the stopwatch as soon as the upper layer of the water crosses mark A, and stop the stopwatch as soon as it crosses mark B. So when you suck the liquid, that is distilled water, the distilled water is moved freely here, and when the lower meniscus reaches this mark A, that is the upper mark A, just start the stopwatch. By using the stopwatch, there is a one knob, you can just press it, the stopwatch is started in order to note down the time flow. So here this is the point A. When lower meniscus reaches here, just start the stopwatch and allow the water flow freely up to the mark B. When the lower meniscus come in this mark B, stop the stopwatch. So allow the water to flow freely. Start the stopwatch as soon as the upper layer of the water crosses A, and stop the stopwatch as soon as it crosses mark B. So you have to note down the time flow when the liquid flow from mark A to mark B. Repeat the recording of flow time 3 times for distilled water as well as for the given experiment liquid ethanol. So this is the first reading. Then again suck it. Again note down the flow time from mark A to B, and then in again suck, means you have to take the 3 reading for distilled water. After completing the reading with distilled water, just throw this water from Oswald viscometer. Again rinse with the given experimental liquid, that is the ethanol 2-3 times. wash it clearly, dry it, and again by the pipette add the given liquid ethanol up to this bulb, that is the lower bulb, it is completely filled, and again suck it and take the 3 reading for ethanol. So this is the procedure for the determination of the viscosity. So in this way you can easily take the 6 reading, 3 readings for the water and 3 reading for the ethanol, that is the given liquid. Now this Oswald viscometer is a comparative method, means you in order to determine the viscosity of unknown liquid you have to consider one of the liquid as a reference, and in this case we are considering water as a reference liquid, so that the viscosity of unknown liquid can be easily calculated by using the formula which is discussed in the previous section. Then this is the observation and calculation, how to write the observation which is recorded during the experiment. So first part, that is determination of density of water and given liquid, that is ethanol. Note down the room temperature by using thermometer. Weight of empty weighing density bottle, that is W1 in gram. Weight of density bottle with water, that is W2. Then weight of density bottle with given liquid, that is ethanol, and volume of density bottle in ml. So D1, that is density, can be calculated as W2 minus W1. That W2 minus W1 means weight of water divided by volume of water. And D2 is W3 minus W1, that is the weight of ethanol divided by V. And suppose you take the ratio of these two equation, it becomes D2 by D1, which is equal to W3 minus W1, W2 minus W1. This is the formula. It is a very simple formula which is based on the mass per unit volume. So in this way we can find out the relative density of this two liquid, that is D2 by D1. Then next is part 2, that is determination of relative viscosity and absolute viscosity of ethanol. So this is the observation table. Note down the viscosity of water at room temperature, that is eta1 in poise from literature. It is known at given particular given temperature. And note down the results of water serial number. This is the flow time. For water you have to take the 3 readings and take the mean of these 3 reading, and then for ethanol there are 3 readings, 1 2 3, take the mean of this reading and substitute the value of T1 T2 and ratio of D2 by D1, which is previously calculated here, D2 by D1 here. And this eta 1, that is the coefficient viscosity of water, is known here, substituted here. By substituting the value you can easily get the relative viscosity and absolute viscosity here. So here eta 1 is required, here you can find out the relative viscosity of water which is relative to the given liquid. And after getting this result, this is the calculation part, write down the result, that is the relative viscosity of given liquid ethanol relative to water was found to be. So this is the relative viscosity, that is the ratio of N2 by N1 relative to the water. And the second, that is the absolute viscosity which is obtained in this particular column. Write down the second reading, that is the absolute viscosity of given liquid, that is ethanol, was found to be. The unit is CGS unit, that is the poise. So in this way you can easily perform the experiment. So I request you all the student, kindly read the all the details of this experiment, that is AM apparatus, procedures, theory of this particular experiment, observation, how to perform the calculation, so that when you perform the practical in laboratory it is easy to perform and do also it is useful to write in the your record also. So thank you very much for watching this video. These are the references that I have used for the preparation of this particular presentation, and all the material images used is only for the educational purposes. Thank you very much.